On the last session related to Power BI with Dynamics 365. Today we are going to cover the last two modules, is how to build a full dashboard on Power BI for data 365 data. Then the final module is a practical lab, is a long practical lab that we are going to do it starting 4:30 till the end. So the last section of this course, it will be practical case that we are going to cover to do three reports and publish it as dashboard and export it to PowerPoints or whatever you would like to do. Okay, today we are going to I'm gonna share my screen. Start sharing my screen. Okay, so I'm going to build a complete dashboard and using certain features that we didn't talk about before. Okay, so in case anybody, because I'm gonna be sharing, I shared the full screen. In case anybody has any question or anything, you can always ask me directly. I'm gonna also try to interact with you every 10 to 15 minutes just to make sure that everything is going good or not. Okay, so this is a Power BI as you already you start to be familiar with. So this is when you log in into the Power BI. Today we are going to start using data. Like if you would like to, for example, to have the company information. So I'm gonna bring. I went to here to Dynamics 365 Web Services part. Okay. في حدا بس إذا if you can mute yourself. Okay, so it's better. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how, if you have some static information that you would like to show on the screen, like for example, company information. So we are bringing data from a system, so we want to put in the title the company information. So in that case, there is already page available in Dynamics 365 called company information. So if you search in service name about company, you will see that there is an Excel template view company information. So you can copy the OData URL here and go to Power BI, get data, and click on OData. So this is the easiest, unless you can also export company information to Excel if you want and bring it here. So it's the same, it applies the same. So you see here, for example, I have the display name of the company itself. I can always click on transform in case I would like to see the data before it is loaded and to double check if you have any information. So I have the display name, I have the currency that usually used, and I will put here company information on the query name in order to make sure to have a proper name of the query. When I save close, okay, so I will have automatically, like it's always done, so I have automatically the fields section expanded, and now I will be able, after it is loaded, to see the data, the structure of the table that I get data from it. So in this section, in the report section, I will see the fields, company information, and what are the information that I have. If I would like to see the data itself, I have to click on the data tab. So it will show me the data itself. So if I would like to show the display name, I can click on display name. So the system will automatically propose for me, for example, here it proposes for me table, okay, where I can see display name. But for such information, it's always better to click on this multi-row card. So I can see here, you see I have Kronos, the name of the company is available. Okay, so the card, if I would like to make the data greater than 12, so I can make it this data label. There is no label, so I will make sure that I have the card itself. So I have multi-line. I have only one line here. So and the card data label. So I don't know. I will change this to data label itself. So I have this company name available here. I will call this dashboard now because I'm going to consider it for item analysis. So it's always good to name the page. So I insert the company name this way. So it's always good to add it as multi-card itself. Okay, so and the multi-card I can always change what I would like to for each. For example, if I have different category, and there is here the card title. Okay, so I can make it bigger for me. So because I can change the color itself if I would like to make it like dark, or let me make it the blue dark. Okay, so in that way I have the name available. I make it bigger that way. So this is how, if I would like sometimes to add information like static text coming from another system, so it's always I add it to my data source, I get the data, then I add it to a multi-row card. So this is a sample of how I can put this information on itself. Okay, so usually, as last time I mentioned, I can, if I would like to add also like a title for my report here, I can add text box. This text box is always, I can change the place of this text box. So I can put it on the title here, and I can put it on the header, and this is the item analysis report. Okay, so here I can put bold, I can make it 42. I can also make it on the center of my card here. So I have the item analysis, and I can always put this company under it. And also, if I would like to have a border for my title, I can always put on the border here itself. Okay, and I can change the color of the border in case I would like to put. And here the radius, the border. Usually, if I would like to make it like little bit curve, so I can change on the border section this radius part, so it will change this section of, it will make a small curve at the level of my card. So I have item analysis. I can always also, if I would like to add certain additional to apply certain changes on this, I can always use this format text box. There is no data section because this text is only static text. So if I would like also to change the position of this, and I would like to put the title, usually it's not needed, I have to put on. But the background is always good. I can change also the background if I would want to make it a little bit gray, or I can make it dark gray also, and put the color of the text itself. I can change it to white if I would like to have here the one of, if I can put it, this is for title, but usually the border, the background, I will keep it white. And I can add shadow for this. You see here I have also now, it's like a shadow here on my title itself. Okay, so I can always do the changes that I can put it aligned and change the place. So this way, when I would like to build my own dashboard, it's always good to set it properly from the beginning, put the title, and start building my dashboard based on the template itself. If I would like to add template from, as we said last time, on the view section, I can select any of the template available. Okay, but always I can add template from outside. There is Dynamics 365 template, for example. When I click on it, okay, so it will apply automatically to this page. Also, I can select another template. So you see here, I selected what we call the the one already built in that I have added. Also, you see, once I select my template, it will import directly, and it will change if there is any specification then done on it. So, but again, I can always do certain changes on my template. So another, if I would like to add something, so this template, it's just you go to view and you select one of the template available, or you browse your theme, or you can go click on theme gallery. It will open for you the place on Power BI where it includes a lot of template. Okay, so the Dynamics template is available also on them. This is the Microsoft Dynamics Business Central template. You can always, you just have to, if you would like to add this template to your report, what you do usually, you go to the template and you download it. Okay, so you see where you have download the JSON part. Okay, so you click on download. So this is the template will be downloaded to your system as a JSON file. Okay, so then after the next step is gonna be, after you add it to here, you go to Power BI and you click on browse temp theme. Okay, and you select it. So it will automatically, once you select the template, it will go take the features that is already the layout and the color that is already built in inside this template itself. So this is how we add company information. We apply template. Now I'm gonna use another data for my report. I will add the item. Okay, so here I will add item for the item table. Again, in your case, because you still don't have access directly, you can just add export the item page to Excel, then you add it. So I will click on transform and just making sure that you rename the query. So always, it's always good to put proper name. So item table, I will consider it here. And if you have any information that you would like, for example, the inventory, if you want it as number, okay, so you take the whole number. Okay, so if you would like to search for any column, you can go to view. You have here go to column, so it will show you all columns that you have already here, and you can for example go to any column that you would like to change. Let's say I would like to change the unit price, so I click OK. So the system will take me automatically to unit price. I can transform this in case a whole number, in case you don't know where is the place and you have a lot of column inside. So you go to view, go to column, okay, and put, for example, unit. It will show you all the unit field that includes the word unit. So here, for example, I will change also the unit cost. Okay, so now when I change all my data, all these changes applied are saved where in something called advanced editor. Okay, so these things that we are going to see today, these are new changes, new things that we didn't see before. So inside this, all the steps applied here, it will be written here on this advanced editor. So you can always, once you start to be familiar with this, you can always you can start maybe copy these editor or paste it or change inside it. If you would like to, for example, to remove this, you can delete this from editor and click done. So you can do certain changes. We are going to also to use it now once we import the item ledger entry, how we can change inside the advanced editor. Okay, so this advanced editor, it will show you all changes that you are doing on your item table. So it will show you the name of the query that you are changing. Okay, so in case you are on the company information, so you see here company information, this advanced query, it will be for the company information itself. So you see from where it is coming, can change the company name, for example. Okay, you can change if there is any information that the name of the web services. You can do this once you start to be familiar. Now the item table, I go back to item table just to make sure that inventory is still a number, unit price for me is still a number, the cost also, unit cost is a number. Okay, the last direct cost also I can make it like number. You see all changes that you do, usually the change type, it will be added to this the same step, because they are similar step. It will be like grouped in one step, which is applied directly on the system itself. So now I have this item. Better if there is any field, any column that you don't need. For example, I don't need the over head underscore rate. You can remove this column. So also this column, it will be removed from, it will be added to the step removed. And again, if you go to back to view advanced editor, you will see that there is this step removed column. It is included here. So you can always also add manually if you'd like, put comma and between double quotes, you put the name of the column. So you can change this from directly from the advanced editor. Okay, so once you are done with your data, you can always stay here on your Power Query editor and click on new sources or data feed. If you want to still load some data, so I'm going to go here and put item, sorry, I put ledger. So it will show me item ledger entries. Also, I have item ledger entries here. I can copy this item ledger entry and paste it here. And I can still load as much sources as I want from the Power Query editor. I don't have to apply, close and apply, then go back to get data. I can do all this from the same place. So, but here there is no, when you get data from the Power Query editor, you don't have the option to load and transform. It's always considered like transform because you are inside the query. So I will change the item, the query one. I will call it item ledger entry. Okay. So you see here the name, the proper name, and now inside the item ledger entry, I can go to column. Okay, let's say quantity. You see here I have this quantity. So I go to quantity and I change it to whole number, because the quantity, it must be like whole number. I can change, I can click on control and select several column and apply whole number change here. Okay, so here I see the quantity and all the changes that I'm applying. If there is any, for example, the posting date, I go to column, I put date, it will show me that there is posting date. I go to posting date and I transform it to date. So this is how usually it is done, because you see I have a lot of columns, so I don't remember where is the place of the posting date. So it's better to go to view and go to column, and it will show you directly what are the columns available here. There is certain features here that you can use. For example, the monospaced is the one that show you the value, the data in monospaced font. I can see what we call column quality. So it will show me if there is any error inside this column. On the top of the column, it will show me that valid 100%. If there is any error, so I can always see if there is any error within the column quality. I have also something called distribution. This is also if there is anything related to you see here I have 20 distinct, 10 unique. If it will show you if there is distinct or unique values inside certain column, especially if there is any number, because usually it's showed for certain type of column. The column profile also, it will show you how many count, how many empty, how many distinct, how many unique, the minimum value, the maximum value. So you just select, for example, the column itself. So it will show you here that the minimum value is minus 1,300, the maximum is 10,000, the average is, it will show you a quick information about this column profile. So you can always keep this while you are working, or remove it in case you would like to see it inside your system. And as I said, all changes that I applied on this table are available in advanced query. Okay, now I'm going to show you, for example, here you see that, as I mentioned last time, when I have entry type sales, okay, Do you know what is the quantity sign of sale when it is in Dynamics Nav or Business Central? When you have item ledger entry sale, do you know the quantity sign of the quantity? Can anybody tell me what is the sign of the quantity when it is sales? Because the item ledger entry, guys, it is usually, it showed the movement of items. So if there is any purchase, it will be plus. Any sales, minus. So any positive adjustment, it will be plus. Any negative adjustment is minus. So anything that it goes inside your warehouse or your location, it will be quantity positive. Anything outside going outside the location or the warehouse, it will be negative. If I would like, for example, to see the value of total quantity sold, so if I will keep the data as is now for the sale, it will show me minus because the quantity are minus. Okay, so guys, when data is sale, the quantity is minus. So I want to take the positive value only for sales value. In that case, I can add something called column. Okay, so I will add a new column, conditional column. So what does this mean, conditional column? So this is when you create a new column that conditionally add the value in current selected column. So in that case, I will select here the entry type and add conditional column. What this will help me to do, you see here, it's very powerful. I will consider this as sales, call it sales quantity. Okay, so, and I will say if the column entry type is include to sale, okay, then the output can be a value or I can be also a column. So I can select a column, which is quantity. So I'm telling the system here, when the entry type is sale, please put the quantity in the new column called sales quantity. Else put 0. So this is what we call conditional column. So I'm adding a column in Power BI. So you see here, I have now a sales quantity column. I will remove this job because they are linked and they are linked to table. So I have a new sales quantity, which is type of, which is conditional column. And you see here, I have this additional column, conditional column here. Again, if I go back to advanced editor, you will see that you have something called additional conditional column. And if the sales quantity, so if for each entry type equals sales quantity column will have the quantity value. I can put here, if I would like to take the positive or the opposite value of the quantity, because it is negative when there is sales, it is positive when there is return. But in my analysis, I would like to see quantity as positive when it is sold, and if it is returned, negative. So I will take the opposite sign. I can, from inside advanced editor, put multiply -1. So you will see here now I have -1, -3, -4. When I change this, I click done, I will have my sales quantity, okay, inside this positive. You see here I have now 1, 3, 1, 10, and in case there is a return, this one is a return, is -1. So this is the ideal way if I would like to take from the item ledger entry the sales quantity. So now if I make the sum of this column, it will consider for me the sum of sales quantity. So that way I added something called conditional column. Okay, I can always add index column. So it will like take, like if there is unique value from 0, I can add it from here. I can consider adding index column. So you see here, it will add for me an index. It starts from 0 for just to see how many values. I can remove it if I don't want. Okay, so this is the case if I would like to move. I can remove this, add index column from a step in order if I don't want to add a step and then remove it. It's better for me to see it this way. I can also add custom column. The custom column it will add for me like a sheet where I can say, for example, the total value, total unit cost. Okay, I will, this is equal what? Equal quantity. Okay, I can insert multiply the unit cost, right? So this is cost amount, or if I have something called unit cost, I have this unit cost. No, I have the cost amount.
Unit price.
Unit price is available. I didn't see it. I can add if I want the unit amount. Yes, I can add this, but in that case, I want the actual cost. So it will be like total cost. Okay, so I will consider it total cost equal quantity by the cost amount actual. So in that case, I can do formula between two columns inside my table, and it will be added at the end. So I will have quantity multiply or divided by something else. If you would like to learn more about what are the Power Query formulas available, these are considered more and more in detail. And when we have the advanced part, I also added to your classroom. In the classroom now, you will see that create calculated column. I added for you this URL, so you can at any time go back and see how you can create a custom column as we did here. So you can add, for example, certain columns, or you can multiply and do whatever you need changes on this. So for me, just let me, sorry. I go back to Power Query. Okay, here, so I can add total cost equal quantity the cost amount and put here okay. So the system will add for me total cost column, and it will multiply for me the quantity by the total amount. So this is how I can add a custom column for my table. So I will just remove this because I just need the sales quantity. So in that case, I can use the custom column or conditional column or index column. There is the invoke custom function. This in case I have query inside my file. So when I import the file, I can use invoke. This will consider a query, but in that case, I don't have in my example. If inside the file that you have imported there is a query, you can run this query by using this info custom function, and you select this function query from here in case the file it includes. You can create column from selection or from any other column. So you can select one here and create column from selection or from on column. So this way, I'm showing you how we can add a new column and put the formula itself. Again, if I would like to see how is the formula was created or what are the steps that I have created on this table, I can go to advanced editor, and I see here that I have added conditional column. I have removed this column, job task, job number, and I added sales quantity, which is for all entry type sale quantity by -1, else it is 0. So I'm done with this. When I finish, I click close and apply. Okay, so I will have my data now ready for my dashboard, and it will be loaded, but after applying all changes that I have considered inside the Power Query editor of the report. So here, as you will see now, I have three tables or three query, the terminology inside Power BI, and inside each query, I have what we call all fields itself inside it. So, and for all columns that are number, you see here, I have this icon, small icon, or column which are date, I have this date column. I always can search in fields if I would like to search any of these fields. So I just put here the name of the field that I'm looking for, and it will show me all data available. Okay, so I can add column. This is available in add column. So I can also, from this sheet, I can click on new column. This will allow for me the DAX, which is data analysis expression. It is something that we use usually when the advanced part where we can write certain script, okay, but we can apply certain rules. This is when we can add certain columns. And I can also add table for me. So here, when I add a new table, it will open. This is how, when we can use such feature, for example, the table. Okay, I can add table. You see here, it will add for me a table, and I have column inside it. I can consider here table, let's say setup table. Let me, I will name it, sorry. I will not use this way because this one, the DAX, I don't want to write DAX here. I can add directly table as data entry. So this where I can do it, okay? I can either I go back to transform data, okay? Here inside the data itself, I can enter data. So when I enter data, you see here I have create table. I can name my table like setup table. Okay, so this one is a setup table. It will be added for inside my also queries. I have setup table, and I can add as much as I want of column. I can add, for example, column called sales target. Okay, so I can also, and when I enter data for this table, okay, I can add column as much. For example, I can add column here, or I can also remove. So it will be that same as data as I usually bring it from outside. I'm just showing, I will show you better here. Setup table, global setup table. So the column here, I can put here, let's say sales target, and I put sales target is for me 85,000. Okay, I can add more column, sales maximum sales value, for example, is 1. I will show you now in the report where I can use this. So I created new global setup table, and I added new column, and I put data inside each column. So this table, I can use it inside the report itself. I will remove this one because I didn't want to add this. Okay. And you see here, this is the script, the DAX script. If you know the DAX coding, you can create this by writing script, or you can apply again this function itself. I will close and apply. This is how I can usually add setup table if I have some information that I'm going to use inside my reports. I'm gonna show you where this is useful usually. Global setup table is here, okay, and also if you go to data, you will see that already also global data are available here. Now, if I would like to add a gauge, okay, so this gauge, for example, I want to see the total sales amount, our sales quantity, sorry. So here I will take the amount, for example. Okay, so I will consider sales amount. So this one, I will put it in value. It will show me that there is now available 82, say not, I don't want the count. You see, if in case you face the same issue, so the sales amount inside the item ledger entry is not a number, okay? The sales quantity also, the one I added is not quantity, is not a number. So what I have to do in order to fix it, I go back to transform, I go to item ledger entry, okay, and I view column. So I put sales. So I go to sales quantity. I consider it as number, and I go also to sales amount, actual, here, and I put it as decimal. Okay, so it's also better to put the sales quantity, no. Okay, so I have the sales amount as decimal. Okay, now I will see if I go back to sales amount here, you will see now that after refresh, it will be, will be sign of, or the icon of this sum inside, near to the sales amount. So now I will put sales amount, this one. Okay, it's still, sorry, it's still loading. Yes, a little bit. Okay, now I see that I have 71,000 as a sales amount in my gauge. Okay, this is a nice layout that I can add usually to my report. What is nice to use in my setup table, you see that I have created sales target. So the target value I can put here, in place of placing any value, I can put that the sales target is this target value. So it will show me now that the sales target is 85,000. The maximum value of my sales usually is coming from the max value. So I can drag and drop here. So you will see that the gauge will change to be properly set up based on the maximum that I made it myself. I put 1000K. So I have this number. Now I have 71,000 sales amount. I have 85. It will show me here the sales target is always, this is the gauge how usually done, and the maximum is 100. Now if I would like to do certain formatting, I can always change here the data color. For example, in place of blue, I can select another blue one. Here you see here I have this dark blue. I can also change the target. For example, the target, which is this one, I can put it like green. So you see here the arrow or the line here is now green. Okay, so also I can change the data label. So for example, for display unit, so this one I can change it to another color, which is blue. So if there is this data, it will show me the blue. And also the target, I can change the target color. This is the target. I can put it also, I can, and another, I can select, for example, this green. So if I select this, sorry. Okay, so now I have this green. You see, I have this now 85K colored in green. So I can select the format. Usually we saw this last time, and I can apply it here when in this icon, the brush part. So you see all the formatting are available here. The title, for example, here is very bad. I have sales amount, actual maximum size. So is I will put, this is the sales, the current sales amount. Okay, so this is my title. I can change the format. I put it also in blue. Okay, so I can put it aligned on the center. I can make it bigger. So this is my sales amount. It's better to use the same color itself. So you see here, I have now a nice gauge. I still have to add best for, I like to add border and shadow. If you see here, it will add like border and shadow. And by just adding this border and this one, it will be, so you see now I have a real nice gauge added to my dashboard. You like this? This is much better than the way it was entered in the beginning. If I would like to make, maybe to add to it, maybe you can add something in the background. The color, make it like dark, light blue, or something that it might, like this, show, in case this number is usually good. You can color certain criteria. And you see here, when you go to background, if I have this function, which means what, you can always format this, so it will be from minimum to maximum. You can set a maximum and minimum for you, and it will be dark as much as it go to maximum. Okay, so the minimum value, it could be enter the value. So the minimum value is like 0, and the maximum is 1000. 100,000, sorry. So now, in that way, it will change the color. You see, as much as it goes near to 100K, it will be more dark. So it will change automatically. You can always change the color also if you need this diverging also. You can add in the middle, like yellow in the middle, or consider another color for you. So whenever there is, you can consider this green. So it will be more green. You see, so you can let the system show you as if it is really good, the sales amount or not. So this is the way we add usually gauge. They are very important to add these things. In case I would like to add another gauge to show you certain features, I'm gonna add another one. You can see here, if you select this gauge and select the format painter, and you select this one, so you have exactly the same format. So you see now I have the border, the shadow. Now I just have to add the amount. I will add also the sales quantity as a value. Okay, it will show me that there is 261 items sold. Okay, so I have 261. Usually by default, the gauge, it takes double as a maximum when you don't have these values. But in case you would like to add this value yourself, you can always you either use the global setup table, add more columns, or you can add something called here measure. You can click new measure, okay, and you give a name to the measure and value. So here, this is the easiest tab. So if I will consider here the target sales quantity, and I will put it is the target is 280, for example. So you see here, I have now a new measure called sales target quantity. Okay, you see this, when you see this icon of calculator, this means it's a measure. It usually measure, it includes one value. If you would like to add column for each row, a new value, you add a column. If you would like to add one value to be used on the report, you add a measure. Okay, so I have here sales target. I put it here in the target value. So you see here, I have now, the target is showing me 280. I would like to add also another measure, which is the sales quantity maximum or maximum sales quantity. So I click on new measure, and I put here in place of measure, so the maximum sales quantity. It is what? I can put 300, for example. So when I put save, I have now a new also a value, maximum sales quantity. I can put it here in the maximum. So, sorry, the max and the max. Okay, so you see here, I have this gauge now showing me this data properly. Okay, I can always change if I would like to change, make it like 450, for example. So automatically this gauge will change to 450. You see, I have 450, and it will show me the gauge. It will be updated automatically. I just have to change the title because the title is very bad. It add for me all the selected. I will put here the sales quantity. Okay, so I have now sales quantity. I also, it's better to change the 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 target of the data color here. Okay, so data label and the target label. Okay, I put it here. It's more on white. See here, it's more. It will be easier for me to recognize it. I can always apply these changes here. So automatically, when you apply it, it will add. It will be like this one. Okay, so I have now two gauge added to my reports. Okay, very nice. On the top of this, it show me the sales amount, sales quantity. Okay, Do you have any question regarding this, coach, and how to add a measure?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So I hope that now I'm just trying to add certain features that we didn't cover last time, but it is very important. I'm gonna just summarize at the end once I build my dashboard. But it's very important to show you that you see in a very easy way I was able to build a dashboard. I will continue. I'm gonna show you certain other things here inside this dashboard. I will add here a page called details. Okay, in this details, I will add a matrix. Okay, and this matrix, I will add data, the item ledger entry. Okay, so I will put here, for example, the posting date. So I go to posting date. I needed to see it on the rows. I will just add also the item number. Okay, I need the item number in the values. Okay, I need to add also the quantity. Sorry, sales quantity, sales amount. So you see here, I can always also the posting date added to my column, to my values, sorry. So I would like to see all the details of my the value that I have. Okay, so I have the, I will add here, sorry, the posting date. Okay, so I just want to build this similar to just I'm going to show you how I'm going to build sorry, just 1 second. Okay, so I have to, sorry, just browsing here. I would like to add the posting date here. So it will show me for posting date as a row. So I would like for each date, I would like to see the first, the item number. It will take like first item number, but it is usually the item number, sales quantity, sales amount. I can add the item category also inside the directly after the item number. I can add here, for example, the entry type. Okay, so you can drag and drop these. This is going to be used as a matrix to show me details about all the entries that I have. Okay, so it is here showing me sales because I can see here, this is the data that I brought from my Dynamics 365. Okay, so I can add as much as I want of information. Let's say the lot number. I don't know if I don't have lot number. I might have serial number or variant code, sorry. Okay, and if there is order number. So, and this is gonna be used for what exactly? So when I can use this one, this report, to be used as a drill down. So whenever I would like to see details about my data, I would like to go to details. How I do this, in drill down section, I select any empty space on the page. I will click here, so it will show me this properties. I have here add drill down fields here. So it will consider for me the drill down for item number. Okay, I can, so whenever I have any reports that show me item number, I can drill down to here and it will directly automatically take details of this item number from there. If there is also sales amount, I can add it here to drill down. So what will happen, I add for this page and drill down section all the fields that when I select them, or if I have any reports that is based on item number, I can drill down to this details. And when you add these fields to the drill down section, you will see that there is an arrow added automatically here. So now when I go to item analysis, if there is any amount, any fields that is linked, that has sales, either sales quantity or sales or item table, you see I will have now drill down, drill through details, because it is sales amount. The sales quantity, I didn't add sales quantity, so I will not have this drill through flexibility. So now from here, if I click on sales details, I go to details, it will take me automatically to this section and show me all details. I can click on control, and this arrow, it take me back to this one. I will show you now more how we can get benefits of this by drill down, but it is very important to have always like a section detail. It will show you the complete values or details about the entries that you are going to analyze. Now, for example, I can add certain features to this sales amount. For example, I can add formatting, conditional formatting, like considered like data bars. So here I can add data bars showing me in blue, okay, that will show me to this. I have problem with resolution here because this is why it show me part of it. So when I add this data bar, you see here, it will show me like colored, the highest value it will have complete bar, all the others will have like percentage of this. Now because I have sorted by sales amount, it show me the bar itself. So but when I do it this way, it will be better for me. So I can color this sales amount. I can do also for the same for quantity. We call it conditional formatting, okay, and add it as data bars. And here I can put like green. Okay, so now it will show me a bar. The highest, this one will have green, you see. So I can see where is the highest value of my sales quantity automatically by just looking at the details, this matrix, and it will show me automatically this report. Now I would like to add a report that includes item itself inside it. So I will add also, for example, a matrix. If I would like to see by item number, also by posting date, I will see here by item number, the values, and item category. So you see here, I will see for each item by in a date, in a specific date, I can see the value. If I would like, what I would like to see as a value, I can add it in column. For example, if I would like to see the quantity, so it will show me for each category, for each and for a specific date, for each category, what I have as value itself. So now when I select, for example, this item, I can go item number. I can, you see, when I select any of this item, automatically the system is like filtering the other reports based on the selection that I made here. Okay, I can always change this the way I would like to see. For example, the posting date. Let me change this. Let me see if I would like to ask or to build a report based on a question, what I add to it. Do you remember this?
Of course, what's this name? The Q&A?
Yeah, Q&A, exactly. So when I add Q&A, I can add here Q&A and put the question that, let's say, what is the item, total item quantity per month. So, okay, I can see here the sales item based on the item ledger entry that has available based on the quantity per each month that I have. I can always transform this report to bar, okay? But you see, because I selected the quantity itself, it is showing now minus. If I would like to see the quantity as positive, I have added something called sales quantity. Okay, so I can add this sales quantity here. I can remove this one. So it will show me this sales quantity as positive value. So here also I can see this by date. It show me how much I'm selling quantity for a date. I can always add another values for this if I would like to see it by category, for example, by item category. Okay, so it will show me, sorry, by date and by category. So I can see this if there is different category. I can change by legend. So it will show me for each category in the legend because I want to divide to see for each category. It will show me the quantity sold, okay, per month. So this is the color that I have for each category, chair, misc, and table. And this one for empty category. Okay, so I can see that for each category I have, you see, when I select any specific category, all the reports that are showed on the top are automatically filtering based on this selection. Okay, so I added any reports that I have. For example, here, because I have item category, it is not part of the drill down, so I don't have this details. From when I click on it, I don't have this details. If I would like to add category as part of the drill down, I can add it here. So now I have this drill down category, and this type I have already the category. So if I go, for example, to shares or table, if I select this for chair, for example, you see here I have drill down. So when I click details on chair, it will show me the entry that is related to category chair. You see here I have all the entries sale that is related to chair, because I have added to drill down on the level of the reports here. I added the item category, and when I drill down, it take me directly to this. I will go back by just clicking on control and on the arrow. So I have this flexibility to add the drill down by just adding the field that I would like to right click and go to drill down to the details page. So all I have to do, I go to details, I select this report, and I add which column that I would like to click on it, drill down inside this section easily. So it will have this drill down functionality. Now what we usually add also for such dashboard is the slicer. It's very important to add the slicer. So I'm gonna add slicer here. If I select slicer and put, for example, the posting date as a slicer, I will have this very nice slicer, which is date part. It will take the lowest date and the highest, and the oldest until the earliest as as a bar. So I can always change. When I change this date, you see all my data will be changed. I can always consider, let's say I would like to take from 1/1/21 till 21 1 to 20. I just have to put in date. So now all the values that I have in front of me are filtered based on the filter that I made on the posting date. So I can add slicer here. I can add also another slicer like item category. So I can select, for example, here the item category to fields. So I will see I will have chair, misc, or table. So I can select chair. So automatically the system will, you see here it is loading now. It will show me data for share. Okay, so I have the sales automatically change, or I can put misc So it will consider the posting date, it will consider the category that I have added to this slicer. So I added a posting date, I added item category. I can also add to slicer the item number, for example, but it will be very big. You see here, now because I added MISC, if I remove the filter, it will show me all items sold. Okay, guys, I need somebody to tell me if I would like to make slicer as item name. Okay, what I will have to do now, because I added here item number, when I select the item, it will automatically apply, it will do filter to this based on the item selected. But if I would like to add the name is not available on this, right? It is available on item table. If I add now the name, the description of the item, it will be showed, it will work properly. So I will add description. So if I select, it will, do you think it will filter؟ هون إذا زدنا, so do you think that will filter؟
The name, لا.
ليش لا? Why not?
It's not, because it's not related to a table
Exactly.
that we added on the
Exactly,
site.
Ali.
It's not part of the
Exactly.
data that we
So you
imported
see
already.
now, because it is not linked as Ali mentioned, it will not do anything if I click on the name. So how can I solve this, Ali?
It's either I have to create a new column within my data.
No. Who have the answer? What can I do? Saidu, do you have an answer or you are talking to? Okay, I muted Saidu. So in order to be able to do that, Ali, I have to do relation between the item table, item ledger entry. So I go to model, okay, and I will link my item table to item ledger entry. So I bring here, let me show you how I do it easily. So I have here the item table, there is a number, and here I have the item number. I just move this, I do relation between, I click on number and I drag, I keep pressing until I reach, and I forget, I remove the press on the item number. So it will build. You see here, I have now one to many, which is right. For each item, I have many table. So now I have this relation available here. If I go back and I select the item description, sorry, I'm here, I put it on field. First, أول شيء, if I have this, when I select this description, you see it is loading now. Okay, it is showing me the blank. Why? Because I have selected the description. It's showing me all description, but I can add only show me please all the item that have sales quantity, for example. So if there is any, or the item that has inventory. So I can select here in the filter on this one and select only the advanced filter. All the inventory, they are greater than 0. So it will show me only items that are available on the stock. Okay, so it might here show me the correct, because I also selected, let me show, for example, share category. So now it is showing me all the, it's not filter, let's say cross report. Okay, now it is filtered. Let me remove this. Okay, so in case I would like to, where is the filter? There is a specific filter. Okay, so if I go to any specific item having details, let's say, because it is not showing me the item only, so I have the item number 9824, 9824. So description here. So I can see the 98, sorry, 9824. Okay, see now it's showing me the sales quantity 7 for this item. So this description slicer, it is taking into consideration, it's applying filter on this because we have done the relationship between this description and between the item and the model. So in order to be able to link all items to get the proper description to the item available in item ledger entry, I just have to do this link between number and item number, so I will be able to see the item description. Even here, if I would like to add the item name, for example, now because I have the item number, I can also add now then the item table, the description, I can add it to the table because now I will select this one. So I can add description to the table under the item name, number. So I have properly the name because I have linked the name properly based on my relationship already built on. Okay, so I will remove filter on this description. Now it will show me all the reports. You see here, I can also bring back the posting date to all data. So I have all my data here. And if I go to details, you will see that I have all item number. And for each item number, this is correct description. Okay, so all I have to do usually is to link the item to between the model and the data tables item ledger entry. I link it to the item number itself. So now I have to add another. So these are the slicer. Just to be back to slicer, I remove this filter. Okay, I can keep the slicer for description. I can also again show you, I can do it for item category. I can have it from item ledger entry. Sorry, I have already the category itself here. If I can add also the division, for example, because division is available on the item table. It's not the product, sorry, product group code. I have the product group code. So it will show me all product group code, but it seems that these items that are now available in this, they don't have product group code. Okay, so I can add slicer for item category. Let me add one more slicer just to make it easy for everybody to understand it. I can add slicer also for date, but not the way that we saw it. I can add, let's say here, the posting date. I can add the year. You see here? I can add also the months. So I will be able to, at any time, to filter either per year or per month. So I would like to see the January 2020, if there is any data, it will show me the data if there is any empty. So I think on 2020 there is no, there is in November 21 or November 20. You see here, when I select the date, the months, it will show me now the sales quantity and amount based on the months that I have selected here. So I can select, for example, all the year 2020. So it will show me now all the data based on the year 2020. It seems, you see here, I have only in November, I have the sales values. So now when I selected 2020 all, I have November, December. I can always filter the base on what I prefer to have. I can remove December, for example. So I can see only November. So I can add the slicer. If I add the year months, I can see it this way. Or if I put the posting date itself without the hierarchy, so I will see it like this one, this slicer. So it's where you can drill down and pull back this date like an arrow. Okay, I will remove here filter, and again I remove all filter. Okay, now I can add, if I would like to add certain reports, but I'm still not able to add it. Okay, I can always use this, sorry, Q&A, as I have to always select outside this report, otherwise it will change this report. I will select here in the empty place, I put on the Q&A, it will show me top location code by target sales quantity. So I can see here the, if I put here top location by sales quantity, it will show me for each location the sales quantity, but it is almost the same here, so it's not going to be, I can add the total item quantity by location. So I can move by location code. So let me see all suggestions just to make sure that I have more analysis. So what is the target sales by order number, or show me count? What is target sales? It's taking certain criteria that I have. Target sales, it's fixed number, so I don't know to take it, but I can see total sales amount per month. Okay, see here, or total sales quantity per month. So I can see the quantities itself, and I can see here for each month how it is divided. So I can see that for January I have most of my sales are in January. If I would like to change, for example, if I don't want to see the sales quantity, but I don't want to see it by posting date, I want to see the sales quantity by item category, I just bring the item category and put it here in the legend, remove the posting date. So I will be able to see the quantity, sales quantity, still loading. You see here, I have the sales quantity I will just arrange my report. Okay, so I have the sales quantity by category. Okay, here sales quantity by months. I can always change, if I would like to see here sales amount per month, I can see it also. So this is the type of report that we can add to our report. And you see always, once we click somewhere in any of these dashboard, it will apply to all our report itself. Okay, so now I have this dashboard, I have gauge, I have slicer, I have used the matrix here in details, and in matrix I have added certain formatting. When you select, you have just to go to the matrix itself. When you select it, you see all the values. You select the any column that you would like to add formatting, and you select conditional formatting, you select what type of formatting. This what I used here is called data bar formatting. You can change the background itself. So here this is how I use the matrix, and I have another report itself for dashboard. Now when I finish all my data, I have now, as I also saw, that I have now the drill down capability, because we add this to drill down section. So I can go to drill down and details to this page. When I finish all my report, I have to save it first. So I click on save. I have to put a name, let's say item analysis with details. Okay, we saw also how we added the column and how we added measure, okay, inside it. So all these icon here with this calculator is a measure added here. These are fixed values. You can always click on these measure and change the value. You see here, when you click on it, it will show you the value on the top in this bar. Okay, now that I have saved my Power BI, I just have to publish. So I click on publish. Now it will ask you, where do you want to put this? I will put it in my workspace. I select, and it will ask publishing item analysis with detail PBIX. So it published as, in the first step, it published it as report. Okay, so you will see now that all data used as available as data set, and it added for you the 2 pages already. You see here, item details and details are available here as a report. And you have also this drill down capability, guys. Here you see, right click, drill through, you can go into details whenever you click. All these features that you have done and you see it when you were building it, it's available. But all these are available where? It's available now as a report. Okay, you see that I have reports called item analysis with details. This one is my report. So the last step that you have to do in order to make it as dashboard, okay, you just have to select this report and click on this three dots and pin to dashboard. When you click pin to dashboard, you click on, if you can add it to a available dashboard, or you can click new dashboard. So put here my training dashboard 23/03/2021. Okay, so I created a new dashboard. It showed you a quick value, pin live. So now you see here I have this dashboard. I can go to dashboard. I have now my reports available as dashboard with all these filter flexibility. I can always click on them. But as you saw, I was able to publish 1 page of the report. If I would like to add the other page, I just have to go back to my reports, item analysis. Sorry. Oh, I go to, let me go to reports. Okay, this one, the reports. I go to details and I also pin it to dashboard, and I select now existing dashboard, my training dashboard 23/3. I put pin live. So I go to dashboard, it will show me the first page and the second page are here. So this is how we add, we convert our reports into dashboard. If you have built any of your reports in this Power BI services, you can always go back. For example, let's say Business Central training here. I can always file and download the PBIX file. PBIX file, you can open it in Power BI desktop. The Power BI desktop, it's always saved as PBIX. So when you save it, it goes to a folder inside your PC or locally, or you can publish it on any server. But it is a local file, PBIX. When you publish it, it goes to your dashboard here, and as a report as a first step, then you have to pin this report to a dashboard. You can always pin different reports. I can add this item sales dashboard, for example, to my dashboard that I have created, 23.3. This is the beauty, guys. It's, and you can build several reports. So now I have this first page, the details page, and I have this here. You see, if I would like to change it, I just click on edit. Okay, I can change any tile, add tile, or change the dashboard itself. Okay, so I can add image, text box, or I can always add here to my dashboard also more features. Okay, or I can also go to my reports here and edit this report. I will have the same, exactly same functionalities that I used to have on my Power BI desktop. Okay, if you click on edit the reports itself. Okay, so guys, again, what if I would like to summarize what I have done? I have created a new file here. I have 2 pages. I have added like static value by just adding this multiple row and adding like company information. I added another tables which are item ledger entry. Okay, inside this item ledger entry, I have created also a calculated column which is the sales quantity. Okay, so this sales quantity, it was added to by me. How, if I would like to see it and to see how it was added, I can go to transform table. I can go to item ledger entry, and you see here that I have how you can check this sales quantity, how it was calculated. Do you remember, guys? Either I can click here on the additional conditional format, and you see what I have done. You see here, if item entry equals sales and quantity by, I can click yani, on this gear near to additional added conditional column. I can click on this gear. It will show me what I have created as in this column, custom column, or I can go to view advanced editor. So the advanced editor, it will show me all changes that I have applied to my, and you see, to my table or query. And you see here, this is the row where I have added conditional column. So here inside the advanced editor, these are, I can usually copy it and paste it this outside this Power BI. So I can go to Notepad and I can use it later on, copy it and paste it in another Power Query editor. I have all these features already built directly here. Okay, so this is how I can add calculated column. It was like using this add column, conditional column, and custom column. And if I wanted to add measure, I just added here new measure. This measure, it will have only one value, and it will be added inside the table where I was on the focus. When I click a new measure, and it will, at any time I can change this measure by just clicking on this measure and change either the amount or the label or the value itself. Okay, so once I build it, I added slicer. This slicer, it is like format, that filter that I can apply on my page, and it can apply to all report by just adding cross report. So it will apply to all my reports, or either I can remove this. So at any time, if I have any other pages, it will not be affected by the cross report filter. So when there is no cross report, it will not apply to all. It will apply only to the page where I am adding this slicer. Okay. And the last, before we stop this and start your your own lab is the drill down. In order to have this drill down capability, I just added inside this page, in this section, which is a drill down column, I add all the column that I'm going to make it interactive. So if I would like to do it on item number, item category, on posting date, whatever is the field that I'm going to right click and drill down, I put it in that section, okay, and the system will automatically apply this. So anytime I will add here, I will just select this field. So if it is, there is item category inside the reports, and I have added item category and drill down fields. So when I do right click, you see here, it will remind you that you have to right click, and I click on right click, go to details. It take me directly to the details and take the filter into consideration because I have selected item category empty. It showed me all the item category empty. I can go back by click on control and back arrow here. I can select, for example, the item category here. This is a table. This one is table, the blue one. So I select, right click this table, drill down, go to details. Now it is going to show me all the entries related to table. You see? Okay, guys. One more thing is that I can add, if you have any URL that you can bring data live from a website. Let's say I have here a specific website where I can bring data from online. I have this WordCat.org. I can click on get data and web and paste this URL. Click OK. So now the system will connect to a live website and it will show me data directly from the website. So you can connect, for example, to a weather website, you can connect to exchange rate website, you can connect to COVID-19 website to see the number of people affected in Lebanon, positive, or the deaths, la samah Allah. So you can connect to live data, and the system will show you from this URL that you have all the available data that you can see here. You see, I have here a type of books. It said show me the books, who is the writer. This is the one I'm connecting. This is the print book, ebook, when it is what published. So I have a data connected directly to live data. I can load it. So at any time, it will be automatically all time refreshed here. So this is the way I connect to live data, is from get data and website. So you just need to have this website URL where it push data for you, and you can use it inside your report itself. Okay, so today what was added to what we have done last time, there is the matrix. We use it and with special formatting, the slicer, the two type of slicer, and we use the drill down, okay, and the advanced editor, which are the things and customized column and new measure. So these are capability that can be added to your reports that can be easily that can make your objective or target easily to be accomplished. Okay, so now I talked much. I showed you a full dashboard. We are going to use to work ourselves. Okay, so go to your module 6, please, guys. And module 6, you have now a published assignment. Okay, this is a long assignment. Okay, this we are going to do it now together. Okay, so you are going to work from your PC directly, and you have to use this to apply all steps available. If you have any, for any reason, let's say for all these that you don't have direct connection to Dynamics 365 or Dynamics Nav, please consider having Excel sheet in place of it. Okay, so the first step of this practical lab, you see, you have to go to web services to add the page of sales order and name it sales order non-posted and publish it. If you don't have this capability, go to sales orders in nav. You have this here, sales orders, and export it to Excel. Okay, so you have the same, you will have the same functionality that is written here. So we need this sales order for non-posted sales order. We need vendor ledger entry, item ledger entry, and value entry, and Akid sales order non-posted. It was created here. So you have to add all these sources to your final dashboard. Okay, you have to link your vendor to vendor ledger entry, item to item ledger entry, vendor to source number and item ledger entry. Okay, so this, you have to apply all this on your model. Okay, then you have to import the Business Central template. Okay, the Business Central template, if you don't have it, you can always go to and add, you can, as I showed you from the template, you go here and from the view, you can have team gallery and download it here. It is Dynamics 365 Business Central. As I showed you in the beginning, you click on it and you have the download. Okay, then you import it to your dashboard by just clicking on view and browse for themes. Okay, guys, بدنا now, and we have at the end of the assignment, you must have 3 pages, يعني one report في بقلبه 3 pages, one for sales, one for inventory, and sorry, the first one is for purchases. So purchases, sales, and inventory. When you finish all these reports, you have to publish it to your workspace and pin it to as a dashboard. Okay, so please let us start now.
محمد
نعم.
sorry but Rudy, he's asking, he's not able to create the page and publish it. Can you answer him?
You are not, it must be linked. You cannot create, if I mentioned, if you cannot create the page and the web services, just go to sales order in Dynamics 365, go to sales orders and export the data as Excel. If you want to do the publish, you have to go to web services. Okay, and you have to create a new one. As I mentioned, 9.3, the number is what?
I've done these steps, Muhammad.
Yeah, إذا
I think
عاملينها.
it's ايه انا عملت 9305 بس لما عم بيجي to publish it وقول له اوكي عم يعطيني ايرور عم يرجع لي كلمه
Okay,
يمكن ما عندي
page, I'm
authority يمكن ما عندي permission.
Okay, if you don't have, but you have just put the name here, says order now and put publish. انتوا بس عشان بيطلع لكم error.
ما بعرف ما سيفتها بس عم بيعطيني ايرور مثل ما كان عم يعطي عندك بس بقول له اوكي بيطلع من السكرين.
Okay, if you were not able to add this and click on publish, just to make sure that you add this service name. يعني إذا بس follow this step بطريقة كتير sensitive. يعني go again. I'm gonna go just show you بس في حال if any steps missed, page 9305, it will give you an error message, but put sales order new, okay, and click on publish, then go up to other record just to make sure that you have this URL. Once you have this available, now you will see that you have this new sales. I put here sales. So I have this all says order new. So you can take this URL before, in order to check it if it is working, just click on this arrow If it returns data, means the URL is working. So you just copy it and paste it inside Power BI. Okay, إذا ما قدرتوا, for those who cannot do this, just go please to sales order. If you don't have nav, you can have CRM, you can go to sales orders and send sales order to Excel. Okay, so send them to Excel, save Excel, so and import it to Power BI. We saw last time that in case you did this as sent to Excel, all what just there is one more step you have to do when you get the data is to remove this row there. When you get the data, you remove the first row, put the first row as header, and load data. Okay. So Aslan, please, Anna, I want you to try, and anybody who has any problem, we will answer him directly here. So please just try to start the assignment. Anybody مثلا مثل Rudy who has any problem, ask us. The others, they can continue. The person who is asking, we will answer him directly here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sina.
And هلا I can see the إذا بدكم screen. So if anybody can ask on the chat or can ask directly the question, please feel free to ask me. I'm just going to show back. I'm going now to stop the screenshot and show only the class. Okay, so the first you need to have sales orders, vendor ledger entry, item ledger entry, value entry, and sales أكيد sales order non-posted. So why I added the sales order non-posted, just to let you know that there is a data that posted in nav and others that are not posted. So in order to have a complete vision of your sales, you need to add sales posted and sales non-posted sometimes. So in that way, you will have this capability.
So basically, Muhammad, if I select only sales order on Navision, I will get everything, including the non-posted.
When you go to sales order and now you get only the non-posted. الposted هن موجودين in posted sales invoice, but we have already these posted available in item ledger entries and in value entry, so no need to export them again. So when you export item ledger entry and value entry, you have the posted already there and the sales entry.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some hint انتوا عم تشتغلوا. So please بس feel free انتوا تضلكم مفوكسين. إذا عزتوا information that I'm going to discuss, watch me while I'm working. I'm gonna share again my screen. So for example, I'm gonna show you that in order to import the template of Dynamics, you just have to go on View and click on Browse for Themes and select Dynamics 365 JSON. So it's gonna change your layout now back to the theme of Dynamics. So in that case, it will change this one to blue that is used for Dynamics. So this is how we usually import the theme. Okay, if I would like to browse, I go to Theme Gallery and I see all my gallery there itself. Okay, get data, you know how to get the data, I think. The only step that is changed when you bring data from Excel, I'm gonna show you how I will save this in a folder first. So I have to save first my sample here. This is I will put it in Power BI Marsh. So this is sales orders none posted 230321, just to make sure that I'm going to select the proper Excel sheet. When you finish the Excel sheet, usually you export all your data as Excel sheet and you go to, as I mentioned, in a new one, and I'm gonna add a new page just here. Get data from Excel. So I have sales order non-posted. It will usually show me like a preview of data that I have in front of me. So it is loading. I will select the sheet one where there is a data inside it. I will click transform because I need to remove, oops, okay. I will click on transform just in order because I would like to remove the column, the first rows that are not useful. First, I need to rename my sheet one to sales orders non-posted. I click enter. Then I go to here, the first row, and in this transform here I can remove rows, remove top rows because I'm moving from top, and I will put only, I want to remove only one row. Then after that I have to use first row as header. So now I have my complete row as header. You see here I have document date is a date, which is bravo, صح. Amount shipped not invoice is a number, which is correct. Correct. The amount are all correct. When I finish, I just click and close and apply. So now I have the sales order not posted added to my list. So this is how usually we add all sources. We can add them one shot, select the Excel, add them, or I can do it one by one. So you have the data here inside your table Power BI, and you can see the data of your sales order not posted by just clicking on sales order. So you have the data here, and you see here near to amount I have this icon which is correct because it's decimal, and near to document date I have this date which is also correct. This is how I want. So this is how we bring data to my Power BI. The other thing that is requested from you is to do the relation. So you need to do to link your vendor to vendor ledger entry, item to item ledger entry, and vendor number to source number and item ledger entry. All you have to do is inside your Power BI desktop, you go to model and you link the proper column with the proper column in the other table. So you just click on this one, keep clicking the mouse, and you relash your mouse once you reach the other column from the other table. So in case I would like to link, for example, in sales order, I have also usually there is a customer. And I don't have here something to link because the customer, it says order, this is the header, there is no item number, so I don't have to link anything. But in case I have the item number, item ledger entry, we saw this, how we link it from number to item number. So it will be linked directly. You have also vendor and vendor ledger entry. So you link the vendor, you select the vendor number to vendor number in the vendor item ledger, vendor ledger entry table. It's very important to link your tables in order to have proper analysis inside.
Excuse me, Muhammad.
Yeah.
You're asking to link vendor to source number and item ledger entry.
Yeah.
Right? What if I don't have a source number under item ledger entry?
You don't have this, skip it. It is used for linking. If you don't have the source number in the item ledger entry when you exported, skip only this. But the other linked are very important. The vendor مع vendor number.
On the other two.
Okay. Just skip the vendor source to source number.
All right.
And I need just 2 minutes to put water and I will be back. Okay, just in case any question, I think Sinar might she might help, or otherwise
Yes,
I will come.
yes.
Okay, 2 minutes. And whoever who needs to leave for 2 minutes, 3 minutes to go to toilet or to put something to drink, just feel free, guys, because you have now 1 hour to work on that together. So it's a long time. Just feel free just to take whoever needs this 2 minutes or 5 minutes now, this break, just to be able to focus on the other step. Okay.
Sorry, yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm back.
أهلا وسهلا.
أهلا فيكم. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm gonna give you some hints while you are working. But my main purpose on this lab is to do it yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna just give you hints because after this course you must be able to start yourself to build your own dashboard. So we are giving you the sequence that you have to do usually when you are building a new dashboard. So you have to select the source, to know properly what are the sources that you have, to link your source, use a template, then start building your dashboard. So it's very important that we make sure that when we are building, we create now 3 pages, guys, on the bottom. So we call it, there will be one for purchase, one for item, and one for sales, purchases, sales, and inventory. Okay, so this is very important to when you are creating your own dashboard, is to have these pages well defined. This is the purpose why you are creating now 3. And you saw that when we started building our dashboard, we started with the slicers. So the slicers are objects or visuals that is usually used for filter purpose. So we use it for filter. I'm still, yeah, I will keep the recording. So this you can also always view this back again. So when you have any new page, you can always add the slicer as a beginning. And I prefer to put the slicer at the left side of the dashboard. If you see simple part of dashboards available by Microsoft, they usually put them also the slicer on the top left. Okay, so this is the example of, it's also, you see, we can add them on the top left. It's always, it's good to put it on the top right or top left. It's better to top right. Okay, so this is a good place where we can add our slicer, for example. So we just add it to the screen. Then when we add it, we just drag the value that we would like to consider in the filter. And if we did the proper connection between our data, so when we select any value inside the slicer, it will affect all visuals that are related in a way or another. So if you selected, for example, here, you added the item category as part of the slicer. So when you add here item category, so you will see all the category available. So if you have any reports that is, for example, showing the item ledger entries by item category, for example, here I select item category, item number, and posting date. So I have here the posting date, and I have the quantity, amount. So if I have this this is a table here. So when I select, because this item category are properly connected, I select category from item while these are item ledger entry. When I select MISC, so automatically system will filter this MISC and table inside this. And I can always turn this to, if I remove, for example, item number, I can turn this into proper. See here, I can see for each category sales amount and sales quantity. So if I remove the filter, it will show me for each category, okay, the sales amount and sales quantity. So I can put them as we saw last time, as stack chart. So I have both values on top of each one of them. So if I select this one and I select this, so it will show, but because there is few, I can put the sales amount, sales quantity as column series. So yeah, or sorry, as line values. So it will show me the sales quantity here as line, and this is the sales amount. So I can see that this, because it has the highest sales amount, it has also this highest sales quantity. And since the item category, it is part of the drill down, I have this drill down functionality automatically there, if you remember. On the page itself, I added all the fields that I would like to consider them as drill down. You don't have the drill down in the class, in the lab, because it's a little bit too advanced, but you can always use it yourself. And as you see, in each page, we have, in the beginning, we have cards and we have gauge. So it's very important to have like total number of vendor. Usually it's very easy to consider this by just having add a card and put the vendor number. So the system will automatically create for you this. I'm gonna add the vendor while you are working. So I have this vendor. I will take the raw data. I will insert. Okay. Okay, I just have the number and the name. I can load automatically. If I load it, I always can change the name by just double click on this. So vendor table, I will put a page, call it purchases as it is requested by you, for you. So we have the first one is purchases. So total number, for example, for vendor, just add, when I add a card and I select the vendor number, automatically the system شو فرجاني first number. I can always change and put count this thing. I have 71 number of vendor, so I can always change here number of vendor by just adding here, consider like count this thing. So it will show me the count of number inside my vendor. So this is very easy to add the total number of vendors. It's the same, it applies to total number of items by just clicking outside, and here I can select also the number. I can convert it to card. You see, I have first number, I remove it, I put count. I have 149 card, 49 item, total item. If I have several values that I would like to show, I could use this multi-row card. The multi-row card, the advantage of it, you can add different fields. Here we have, let's say, total item. So I can add here the item number. I can add the vendor number. Okay, and here I put count. I put here count. So you see here I have the first one is total item number of items. This one, and the other one is number of vendor. So I can add them, I can put them under each other if I would like to put them as like one card. I can always change the format of this by the data label, make it bigger. You see here, I can change the color of the data label. So, and I make it bigger. And I have also here the category. So the category, it will consider each row here as category. So number of items, number of vendors. So when I change this, I can select this color. It will consider by just removing, and I have show bar. I can add title to it. I can change the background if you would like. I can add a border to this one. And I can add a shadow. So if you have several numbers, you can use always the multi-card of, or you can use, and personally I like this better, especially if your dashboard is big. If you would like to see the dashboard as is, you have the page view, either fit to page or actual size. So it will show you, this is how it's gonna be like on the normal size. This is what we call actual size, or fit to page. It will show you just, it will zoom just to show you while you are working. But fit to width, it will go exactly to this complete arrow, or you can see always the actual size. So this fit to width is always good because it shows you border from all sides itself. So we have like 3 cards. Total amount due to vendors. Total amount due to vendors. So usually the amount due is available in item ledger, in vendor ledger entry.
Excuse
And
me,
the
Joe.
remaining, yes.
Under purchases, point number 3, get purchases amount and quantity by vendor, by item category, by item in a single matrix.
Yeah, you have get, this one is which get line بالpurchase, get purchase amount and quantity by, yeah, in a matrix. يعني انت اليوم you need to see in a matrix, okay, the purchase amount and quantity by vendor, by item category, by item. So in that case, خليني لك how usually you think about the matrix.
Then we will have to link the vendor to the items.
يعني انت الفندر عندك اياها بالفندر ليدجر انتري.
مظبوط.
اوكي. انت بدك تشوف بس let me.
I
This
have
is
to
why
find
there
a
is.
way to link هيدول مع الايتم.
This is why there was a need to link the vendor to the source number بالايتم ليدجر انتري. بالsource number تعرف انت اي vendor. So بيصير انت وبتعمل لينك، بيصير بيجيب لك هو كل الانتريز اللي عندها vendor number.
ايه بس انا مش هلاقي هذا الشيء.
بس انت بالفندر ليدجر انتريز هون vendor ledger entries اللي طلعتها السورس
او طلعتها
source
يمكن
code.
مش زايدين السورس تبع الشباب، مش زايدين السورس بالريجولر لاي اوت تاعه يمكن.
yeah. هو اصلا حتى عندي انا مش من زايد السورس، هي source number
بتكون مخبيه يمكن. وي هاف تو اد كولوم على ناف لتبين معنا بالاكسل. صح؟
صحيح. لك هي موجودة بالفاليو انتري، فيك تشوفها كمان
بالفاليو انتري. عندنا اياهم الفاليو انتري. هات لاشوف الفاليو انتري.
item ledger entry.
الفاليو انتري شو عندي الايتم نمبر، بس يمكن ما عندي الفندر.
بالايتم ledger entry
عندي الفندر.
هو ليك بالانتري تايب اذا كانت بالايتم ليجر انتري اذا حطيت مثلا purchase اوكي بقلبها اذا بتروح على شوف الداتا حتلاقي انت بالسورس نمبر موجود الفندر ايتم
عم بتشوف محمد سوري
ايه
وين عم بتشوف؟ وين عم تطلع؟
انا عامل شايفين السكرين تاعيتي بالايتم ليجر انتري
على نافيجن انت مش
ايه على نافيجن انت بالايتم ليجر انتري هون ما عندك السورس نمبر اوكي ولا فيك تزيده صح
نحن كنا عم نطلع على السيلز اوردر صح؟ سيلز اوردر اخذنا هاي وانت قلت لي بدنا نوصل فرجيني اذا في عندي شيء اسمه سورس كود اس
لازم يكون سورس نمبر مش سورس كود
ما في لا سورس نمبر ولا سورس كود
اوكي خليني اشوف الكويري 265
بس سيل
الكويري
تو شيب
265
posting payment terms location code document date description no
you will not be able to do that
parentheses
خليني انا ابعتكم احط الاكسل شيت مع فاندر نمبر اوكي خليني ثانيه you will import انتوا عندكم
اوكي هلا حنكمل على اللي وراه
كفي بعد اللي بعدها بكون انا
بس
حطيت عملت لها ابلود
اياهم بليز خبرنا
اوكي، حتلاقوا عندكم هلا زيت الايتم ليدجر انتري اكسل شيت على بالموديل 6، فيكم تعملوها داونلود وتعملوا لها امبورت، هيك بتصير تقدروا can use it.
Okay, thank you.
هلا. سو هون انا حزيد الايتم ليدجر انتري اللي عندي اصلا ما كان فيها ايتم سورس. So I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna add اللي اعطيتكم اياه هلا. وميك شور على طول تنقوا the proper sheet. Transform, remove the first row. So هون اسمها صار item ledger entry. I'm gonna use remove top rows 1 and use first row as header. Okay, then I will make sure that this is the date, quantity, all the source number, yeah, exactly. Okay, so I need to make sure that the structure تبع ال item ledger entry تاعولي بس خلص to link it. يعني once I'm done, I import the item ledger entry. I have to link item number to item ledger entry number and vendor number to source number مثل ما مطلوب. So رجعنا زدنا ال item ledger entry. Okay, so هلا عندي صار item ledger entries. I will link item number to number. It's very easy. مثل ما قلنا ال source number I have source number. اوكي لا اقدر اعمل الايتم نمبر لانه اخذ السورس نمبر از نمبر، لازم بس اتاكد ان النمبر ما بيقدر يعمل لينك بين اثنين انتري مش مظبوطين. تاكدوا مثلا بالسورس نمبر هون is not the number so put it as مثل بدك تحطوها مثل تكست. ليصير مثل الايتم فندر هون. لاحظوا it is a type any so انا هحط الايتم نرجع
بده يكون هذا نفس التايب صح لتعمل لهم
بده
لينك.
يكون نفس التايب صح. يعني انا هلا عم بحطها سورس لازم يكون اني ليزبط والا ما بيزبط.
دخلك محمد التوب 10 في سبب ليه اوقات ما بيعطيك الاوبشن تعمل توب 10؟
لما يعطيك توب 10 اذا انت فيك تعمل توب 10 بس على التيبل اللي هي فيوز على الفيو تبعها. اوكي وبكون انت ما عندك يعني ما عندك فاليوز بقلبها لتقدر تعمل توب 10 بس ما في اي سبب تاني. بس يوجولي بتقدر تعمل توب 10. هلا فرجيكم بس خليني هون السورس نمبر كملها وفرجيكم كيف.
بيرتشيسز عم ترفض تعمل لي اياها توب 10.
يلا هلا
لو بدي انا بعرفها مضبوط بالترانسفورم. purchases.
اوكي انا عملت وصل الباندر هون. لما بدي انقي انا توب 10 على طول بس بدي ليتس سي انا عم شوف هعمل انا الماتريكس هون. نحن شو كنا طالبين بالماتريكس؟ نشوف بفيرست ماتريكس is to see purchase amount quantity by vendor by item category by item. so انا بالروز بدي اشوف by vendor Okay, by item table. اوكي بدنا نشوف نحن ال purchase amount. So بالايتم ledger entry بدي اشوف الاماونت. انا ما عندي اياها الاماونت هون. احط quantity هلا. انا عندي ال purchase quantity. اوكي لحظة، هون عم بفرجيني انا فيني اشوفها columns item number. شوف الايتم نمبر هون. في اذا انا بدي نقي مثلا الايتم نمبر توب ان، لاحظ في عندي التوب ان. بدي اشوف مثلا اول 5 item by شو by quantity او by amount. so بس اذا اختار مثلا توب 5 by quantity بدي اعمل apply بصير يفرجيني انا ساعتها التوب 10. اوكي سو بدي اكون اتاكد انه انا عم بختار properly بالفيج filter on this visual. بدي انقي بالفلتر تايب توب ان.
انا عم ميسنج، مش عم بعبي الباي فاليو. مشان هيك ما عم تعطيني الاوبشن تو ابلاي فلتر. اوكي وريني. خد لك شو هذا الشيء.
سو هون نحن كان بدنا item category و item number. أنا حطيت ال item number، حطيت ال source number اللي هو أصلا بدنا نحط اسمه vendor number، وبدنا ال item category. ال item category عادة موجودة على ال item table، في نقيها وحتى موجودة على ال item ledger entry. So I can always select this. So أنا في شوف أول شيء ال item category. هذا كيف بتصير بفرجيني ال item category. يعني عم بشتغل. Yes.
بس لأعمل توب 10 بيقوم ما بيعطيني ريزلت بقلب الداشبورد، بس بتختار
لا بدك تختار توب 10 بس شو باي شو باي كوانتيتي باي شو بدك
باي بالانس.
باي
يعني
بالانس.
الباي فاليو بحط لها البالانس.
انت عم تعمل اي وحده بس الفندر
الثاني
توب 10 vendors by purchase amount. التوب 10 vendor by purchase amount بدك تشتغل على الفندر ليدجر انتري.
مش الفانل، مش الفانل عم بعمل كريت تيبل فور توب 10 فندر باي بالانس قبل اخر
create table for top 10 vendors by balance. تيجي بتختار تيبل، نقينا tables. انا بدي نقي شو vendor، بدي نقي بالانس، بدي اروح على الفندر عندي. يعني هون التيبلز اللي حاختار هن vendor وفندر ليدجر انتري لازم. سو انا بختار بقلبها النمبر.
مش بالفندر ليست، عندي البالانس بالفندر ليست وعندي النيم تبع الفندر.
اوكي بالفندر اذا عندك البالانس ايه، وهون فيك تختار انت التوب 10 وبتنقي البالانس. البالانس جاي نمبر.
البالانس لا مش جاي نمبر.
بدك تعملها نمبر. شفتوا هي دي القصص اللي بتصير بتواجهوها. ممكن انه ما يجي مثلا الفندر صح كذا، عرفتوا؟ ف اكزاكت هيدي الاسئله المهمه اللي يجي تنسال يعني.
اوكي
انا راح اجيب بهالوقت افرجيكم قد ايه اصلا سهله. يعني انا مثلا فندر، عندي الفندر
عملوا شو اسمه، ليش عم بيعمل معي هيك؟ اوكي
الفندر ليست. هيك لنشوف شو فيها. إذا عملت لها add. guys ما في حاجة. علي عم بيسأل. You don't have any questions guys? yeah
عم نكسر راسنا.
great. طب أنا I'm happy. لا
لك صراحة أنا قربت استسلم، عرفت بس
لا ميشيل بدك تسألنا عادي. نحن الهدف تبعنا إنه if you have. أنا I'm trying. لاحظوا مثلا هلا اللي سألني سؤال علي it's very important لأنه he's saying what he's facing. مثلا أنا جيت vendor query تاعت الفندر. He's asking for top 10. I brought vendor list الموجودة. اوكي وجيت على الاماونت هون I will put them. ما كان حاططهم number so it was not like the vendor. Sorry I will put them decimal. Sorry decimal. So replace. I put I'll say هلا شوفوا how I can check bring very easy way the top 10 vendor. مثلا I have the vendor, I have their amount LCY هو البالانس يعني وبالانس LCY. So I finished.
أنا ماني أكيد إنه حتى عم باخذوا الريبورتس مضبوطين من داينامكس، مش
مع
بدي
this is
أخلق اللينك.
guys this is the importance. No, you have to start thinking when you're building your reports from where I have to bring data. يعني ما ask me يعني this is why we are doing this together. ولا كان I could give you the يعني كنا نعمل 6 hours session بنعطيكم اللاب 3 hours تعملوها بالبيت. لا the advantage is we need to work together because your question it might help the others. لاحظوا هلا I have, if you see with me I have the vendor. Okay لاحظوا vendor number amount و balance due. So I just have to add ليك التوب 10 it is easy. I add the table. Okay here I have the table. Okay and this table I will select the vendor number and the due, the balance due. I will select بالvendor number top give me top 10. هو كان طالبين top 10 by what? by balance due. and I apply. So the system will show me top 10. If I want to sort these by balance, I can sort by balance due. It's very easy guys. يعني I know هلا انا I find them very easy. انتوا حتلاقوها في complicated بس
لا
once
it is very easy محمد. بس هلا مثلا انفوت على الفندر ليست عندي، بروح بدي اغير تشينج مثلا بيرتشيس مش عاطيني حده صم، بروح على شو اسمه بقلبه اي ميك شور انه التايب تاعيته تكون يا ديسيمال يا فيكس ديسيمال مثلا. إيه؟
exactly
وبغيرها هون،
هيدا
برجع لهون ما بغيرها.
ما بغيرها. لا you have to refresh and make sure to refresh. إذا ما مشي حاجة اعمل هون right click and refresh the data. It might be slowed يعني شوية بطء بالloading. بس لاحظ أنا هلا غيرت من شوي غيرت source number ما كان عم ببينها، بس هلا صار
لما
مثلا
مثلا الفندر ليست تبعيتي كلياتها ما في ولا وحده حاطط لي اياها صم، مع انه البالانس صم والبالانس ديو صم والكريدت اماونت كمان
يا
والديبت كلهم هول ديسيمال وفيكس ديسيمال.
مشان هيك then you have just to go transform select them all again. يعني لاحظوا مثلا بفوت أنا على الفندر بعرف هلا علي عم بقول this is hectic in the beginning بس later on you find it something that you can do it quickly. You go to vendor إذا you don't know where is the column you go to column بتحطوا amount it will show you all amount. I say select amount it goes to amount. I can select this amount and control another amount and transform that system.
ضربه واحده.
sorry
وتغيرهم ضربه واحده
ضربة واحدة
لتوفر وقت. ايه
100%.
understand. طيب ليك شو رح نرجع نعيد عن جديد.
yeah do it.
طيب
Ali he's doing some projects guys بس حدا عم بواجه any problem please guys ask. This is the right time to ask. يعني I was showing you guys انه how I brought the vendor. I changed the field column to be number. Then in order to select the top 10 هيدي اذا بتشوفوا التوب add a table create table for top 10 vendors. شو عملت؟ حارجع امحيها. I selected the table وجيت بقلب التيبل هون I select vendor number and balance due وقلت له please بالفلتر on this visual الفلتر top n I put 10 then قال له أنا top 10 by balance apply filter جاب لي top 10 balance due. If I want to change the sorting I select this I select sort I balance due. صار مفرجيني اي اكتر فندر عنده بعدين
بس اذا
للاقل.
ما عندي توب 10 مثلا
ما فيك اذا ما تنقي تيبل ونقيت هون فندر بدك شوف بدك تنقي بالفلتر اون ذس فاليو فندر نمبر في بالفلتر تايب اكيد في توب 10.
حاطط لي less than or equal greater is بس ما
هذا
حاطط
اماونت هذا اخذه نمبر because it is taken as number. انت لاحظ انت لا انت عامل بيزك فلترنج جايز او ادفانس فلترنج عامل less than. هيدي انت عم تشوف هاي
ايه هون عم
هون
شوف انا
بالفلتر تايب select top n بالفلتر تايب under vendor number في is all تحتها في filter type you select filter type you select vendor top n. بينت؟
والله هذه الكورونا رح تجيب لي السكري لو انك بالصف صوغ غير.
لا ما I know بس this is a challenge guys. يعني لازم we have to إذا بدك كمان share with me your screen we can do it guys. يلا يعني we can I can stop presenting share with me your screen. yes
كيف
سؤال
في اعمل لك شير انا مثلا هلا خليك دقيقة
تحت في present now. yes علي مين عم يسأل؟ علي
ايه محمد
تفضل علي
سؤال
قبل
شو
ما يعمل شير.
ديسيمال نمبر وفيكس ديسيمال نمبر؟
fixed decimal number انت فيك تحدد قد ايه بدك يعني 2 decimal digit
بعد الزيرو.
صح.
سو بالحالتين اذا حددت ديسيمال نمبر ولا فيكس ديسيمال نمبر المفروض يعطيني
number يعني الصم صح
صح المفروض يعطيني الصم وبالتالي المفروض يزبط معي التوب لاين وكل هالقصص هذول.
absolutely.
طيب هات لنشوف لنكمل. طيب يلا
بينت عندك؟ عايزين نعمل هيدي السخيفة
إيه.
وبعدين هوليك نرجع من
ايوه
نكسر
ليك انت
راسنا.
هون، ليك انت بالفلتر اون ذس فاليو شفت النمبر على اليمين.
وين؟
انت بالفلتر اون ذس فاليو
فلتر اون
بالنص.
ذس
اطلع
فيجوال
شوي.
قصدك؟
إيه تحت، ايه تحت اون ذس فيجوال، تحت
هون؟
الاماونت، تحت الاماونت في نمبر
اوكي.
صح؟ تحت الاماونت في
هون
نمبر.
قصدك
هيك
هاي
بص على
نمبر
الارو،
ايه.
هيك بص على هاي. اوكي لاحظ هون بالبيزك فلترنج، غير البيزك فلترنج، بص عليها توب ان.
توب ان.
شفتها؟
شفت كيف؟
ما هي
اوكي.
لازم تجربها وما تزبط معك وتعمل لتزبط 10. بعد في عندك بدك تحط باي شو، لا بعد بدك تحط هون اد داتا فيلدز هير. حط 10، لا حط 10، رجعت توب 10.
اوكي.
باي فاليو بدك تنقي انت بدك توب 10 باي شو، باي اماونت، باي بالانس، باي كذا. سو يو سيلكت. انت عم تعملها على الفندر ليدجر انتري ولا على شو؟
على الفاندر ليدجر انتري ايه
حطها
ولا لا؟
انت باي هون، باي بالانس على الفندر، انت عم تعملها على الفندر.
ايه على
بالانس
الفاندر.
ديو. البالانس ديو عندك اياها مش نمبر، حطها للبالانس ديو، اعملها دراج اند دروب. لا ما حتزبط، شيلها، رجع شيلها، ريموف ات. اوكي اند برينج ات، هيك بص عليها، بص عليها.
هيك بختيبها
اعملها
لهون يعني؟
لا هونيك على الباي فاليو، تحت على الباي فاليو، تحت التوب ان،
هون؟
تحت على الباي فاليو، تحت كلمة باي فاليو.
وين
باي فاليو وين توب، وين كلمة توب؟
ايه اوكي
هون. اوكي برجع ظبطها، ما زبطت، رجع اعمل بس الضوء هون ايوه هلا هيك. هلا لاحظ هون شو عمل لك هو كاونت. ليش؟
صح.
خليني I'm gonna لا اذا تبص على الارو، على الارو اللي حد كلمة كاونت، في حد كلمة كاونت وهيك there is اسمه this
هون؟
one. You see here you have some, you have average, you have. انت بدك تعمل filter by السم تبع اوكي، وحط توب 10.
طيب
يا
اوكي
مش حال لاحظت؟
اوكي. بس انا ليك هون مثلا ما عم بقدر اعمل اللينك بين البقايا، عرفت؟
ليه؟ انت بدك قربها الايتم نمبر مثلا حد انت بدك تعمل ايتم مع شو؟ ما عندك الايتم ليدجر انتريز، ما زرتها.
ما نزل الايتم ليدجر اندري، طلع شيء ضخم جدا، عمل ايرور.
لا هلا انا
انت
بعت لكم
نزل
وحده.
نزل
محمد انا
معك
عندي
عليه
هيك
انت؟
كمان. انا عندي هيك كمان بس عم جرب حلها مش عم كسرها، مش عم تزبط. عم
عمال
يطلع شيء.
بليز، عمال
عم
فاندر
تطلع
ليدجر انتري، ايتم ليدجر انتري
عم
اللي بعت
تطلع
لكم اياها.
ايه
جرب اللي
ايه ايه
بعت
عم
لكم اياها.
عم نعملها داونلود، عم تطلع بي دي اف.
بي دي اف؟
ايه
لا ما هي اكسل.
ايه هي بتفتح اكسل بس بتعملها داونلود بتطلع بي دي اف. عم تفتح بي دي اف. هيدي اللي انا عم وجهها. واقف شغلي بهيدي.
لا ما
مش
انت
عم بقدر
بص
اكفي.
على، بص على الفيو ماتيريال، وبس تكبس عليها، بس تكبس عليها هو بيفتح لك جوجل دوك، اكسل تبع جوجل. اوكي
هو نيو ماتيريال اوبن. اوكي فتحت عادي تبع ايه هي شفت التيبل انا عندي.
رجع افتح جوجل شيتس، فوق عمال اوبن جوجل شيتس، وهي الجوجل شيتس سيفها اكسل. فيك تعمل لها داونلود اكسل. I will show you، حاعطيني البرزنتيشن I will show you كيف guys. طب شفتوا قولوا لنا يعني منا كتير دايما straight forward. I will present now my screen like you guys how you can download the Excel sheets. انتوا عندكم اياها this way you can see my
زبطت
screen.
يمكن انا عندي.
Okay,
ايه
click on
صح.
Excel, then you open with Google Sheets.
يا زبطت انا عندي.
When you open it with Excel sheets, with Google Sheets, sorry, you click on File,
عم تفتح دوت بي دي اف يمكن عندي مش نك نزلت دوت.
File, and you go download Excel, Microsoft Excels.
يس
when you download اكسل خلص تمشي يعني سيفوها محل اكسل خلص يعني هو فاتحه اخذ اب هي من عندها وانتو so you just click file download excel and you save it and you import it. يلا جايز اصلا هذا التشالنج هو هون this is نحن we are doing a challenge now هذا الداشبورد building it is a challenge. It's not something easy. Yes نحن عارفين but it is a challenge that you have to do guys. You can do it. وهلا بتخبطوا they will have complications. File not opening the field is not number هتعصبوا بس you are doing this dashboard in a 1 hour time. It's something كمان good. على التركيز مبين عندك بقوة.
خليها الله بس اللي بدل يا الله
ليكو
شغله
guys بس بدي لكم شغلة guys نحن we will not consider هذا الكورس as done until each one of you عنده إياها هيدي الداشبورد. So we will help you to reach this. So don't worry. وإذا not done today you will have to tomorrow إذا بدكم to work on it. إذا ما عرفتوا you can contact us and we will help you to have this dashboard done. نحن هدفنا توصل لتعمل داشبورد from 3 pages في بقلبها جوج cards graphs مستعملين سلايسر.
عملوا وظبطوا في شيء وير ميسنج اليوم.
ايه شو اللي شو عم بيصير؟
هلا عم برجع عيد هلا I'll get back to you بس
شو؟
تبين
يلا.
تبين على الف سلامه.
بس سوري رجع لي بس كيف نزلت عملت الداونلود على اكسل. انا فتحت
يلا.
الجوجل.
طلع علي مشان
خليك يلا.
اوكي بتطلع اول شيء انت فاتح هيك الاكسل شيت بتكبس عليها.
اوكي مشي حاله. اوكي
تعمل اوبن ويز جوجل شيتس.
اوبن جوجل شيتس.
اوكي بس تفتح جوجل شيتس في عندك شيء فايل كبسة فايل داونلود سوري بعد عم يعمل لودينج فايل داونلود واكسل اكسل تكبس عليها بيقول لك where do you want to save it بتسيفها.
اوكي بيرفكت.
هيك لنرجع نقرا شوي معكم بس نشوف وين معقول تكون علقتوا. So we see how we created 10 vendors by balance. 10 top 10 vendors by purchase amount. top 10 vendor by purchase amount يعني أنا ال purchase amount وين موجود عندي؟ I have it on the vendor ledger entries. Okay so بال vendor ledger entries إذا عندكم إياها أنا ما عندي إياها حاجي أعملها ليكم قد إيه هابلة. بيجي على vendor ledger entries I copy the all data تبع vendor ledger entries بيجي بقول له get me data. شوف هيدي الفانل قد ايه سهله بعمل paste. هلا if you follow these steps from the beginning هيك in a very يعني you be careful while transforming you will avoid going back and update. So when you load the first step when you are getting your data guys spare هيك 1 minute time to make sure that the posting date is date. But here it's not a date. The due date is a date. إذا بدكم ال document date payment discount I put them a date. برجع I come here I have document number source number all okay amount debit credit remaining amount LCY debit LCY كلهم this has to be decimal. okay so I put them all as decimal. بيجي بحط أنا vendor ledger entry enter. so I double check again حتى لو أنا شوي قوي بس ما فيها قوة هيدي القصة. you have to make sure that all your data is correct. Okay, done. I do save and close. هلا I have one more step if I would like to have proper vendor name, for example, because the vendor name, I don't think it is part of the vendor ledger entry table. So I can link my vendor to vendor ledger entry. بروح على الموديول قبل ما بلش, before I start bringing data, I can come here to vendor ledger entry. Where is vendor ledger entry? It is here, vendor ledger entry, and this is vendor number, vendor. I just select, you see I have vendor name, but in case I didn't have vendor name, I could just link the vendor number to vendor number here. Okay, but since I don't, I have the vendor name already, so I can come here. I have to add a funnel. Okay, شوفوا guys, بنقل funnel. In the funnel, I mentioned that we need to have funnel for top 10 vendors by purchase amount. So I need to see in the value is a vendor ledger entry. الاماونت احسن يكون amount LCY.
purchase amount بقلبها.
اوكي سوري.
purchase amount محمد مش
ما
amount.
هيدي اذا انا بدي الاماونت, كيف البيرشيس اماونت؟ بيجي بقول له بالانتري تايب, بعمل زيد الانتري تايب على ال وير الانتري تايب.
لا في شيء اسمه purchase amount.
بيرشيس اماونت بالفندر ليدجر انتري, بالفندر, لا بالفندر.
بالفندر بتلاقي شيء اسمه purchase amount.
اوكي اذا بالفندر في purchase amount, اذا عندك اياه it's perfect, you select it and you add it. In case it's not available in vendor ledger entry, you have something document type, sorry, document type.
بصير بدك تفلترها by purchase.
بس exactly look at the easy, بيجي بيقول له هون بدي اياها اللي هي الانفويس, يعني vendor ledger entry. اوكي so انا I apply filter. so هيدا عندي الاماونت LCY تبع الفندر, بدي شو انا جروب باي شو vendor number, so I select the vendor number. فيني احط vendor name, لاحظت؟ بدي اقول له انا بدي التوب 10, so بيجي بيقول له انا please I need top 10 by what? by amount LCY.
بس بدك تحط تحت بالفلتر ال add data fields صح؟ اوكي.
top 10 ها. ما هي it's about filter يعني properly. اذا عندك اياها flow field, لاحظ طلع عندي الاماونت بعملها بيرجع sorting.
طيب خلينا نكمل شغلنا.
اوكي
حماد
يس
بالفايل اللي بعت لنا اياه هذا الايتم ليدجر انتري والسورس نمبر. السورس نمبر هو بينج النمبر تبع السبلاير.
فندر, النمبر تبع الفندر لما تكون الايتم ليدجر انتري بيرشيس.
اوكي
يعني بدك تعمل فلتر بس على الايتم ليدجر انتري, تكون التايب تاعتها, لاحظ هون انتري تايب از بيرشيس بس.
لا عم بحكي بالاكسل اللي بعت لنا اياه اللي حطيتها
ايه ما هو انا بعت لك الاكسل تبع الايتم ليدجر انتري. الايتم ليدجر انتري كلها, لاحظ هون بقلب الايتم ليدجر انتري, خليني افرجيكم. there is source number is not always source number هون. لاحظ source type it could be item vendor او customer. اي متى هو vendor؟ لما تكون الانتري type is purchase. بيطلع لاحظ على source type vendor وهذا النمبر source, يعني source type والsource number هن بيز على
يعطيك السورس تايب فندر وبصير يعطيك السورس نمبر تاعه.
صح نقي source type vendor exactly. فيك تنقي source type vendor او الانتري type purchase, اثنيناتهم بيوصلوك على نفس النتيجة.
اوكي ثانك يو.
هلا. You saw guys, يعني it's not always the complication. It doesn't come always from Power BI itself, more than from the source of data. This is why it's always good to start thinking about your source of data, how you want to bring it, and make sure you have only the column that you need for your report. يعني you saw there is a lot of columns not needed. And now if you go now to this and you see I have a lot of column inside the vendor ledger entry, I don't need them. And in the beginning you can remove them. For example, order type, I don't need it, I remove it. Let me keep only the columns that I might need it in my reports. Okay guys, لاحظوا هون مثلا انا الفانل بينت ascending. I can always change to ascending, for example, if I want to change number. So I see it. if I don't like the blue itself, كمان بفوت على الشارت في data colors all فينا نلاقيها another color. بس هو عامل هلا منقي الفورمات تبع Dynamics 365. So you see I can always change. I can also get, I put color here, I put a function. So it starts by blue. So it will be more and more blue, depends on the number itself. Okay, لاحظتوا كيف بتصير؟ يعني when it is big, so it change automatically. This is nice. And I'm saying nice, so I see you guys saying what is هيدا انا عم بقول لك شفت كيف صارت color عليه بتتغير because I just in the format انه inside it the data color I put on the function انه تكون مثل be like a grid. So بصير لحاله هو based on the value بفرجيني it will be
بس
dark.
عارف محمد، يمكن لو اشتغلناها على اكسل شيتس اوف اور اون، يعني نحن عارفين شو هي، يعني سمبل اكثر كان الموضوع يمكن اسهلنا.
بس
لانه انت لما عم تعملها وتبين سهله جدا، بس لما هلا انا مثلا بشتغلها لحالي صعبه، منا سهله.
yeah it's not easy. It's not easy first time و second time و third time fourth time بتصير very easy. بس this is today is your first time. So guys يعني هيك شوي انتوا ريلاكس على حالكم. It's not gonna be like straightforward. بس again هو ال purpose of the course is 365 يعني ال Power BI with Dynamics 365 مش مع Excel. مشان هيك انا بهمني انه you know also يعني حتى نحن we will support you guys even after this course finish. If you have any question, from where do I get my data to get this value from Dynamics? This is our purpose. Okay, حتى for CRM we are going to make like a recovery table session for أشخاص who is interested in CRM. We are going to make next week a session, 1 hour session, to show them certain things related to Dynamic CRM itself. So we need to make sure that you can use Power BI for Dynamics 365, not for Excel. So you need to understand the vendor ledger entries, item ledger entries, entry type, values, all this inside this also.
طيب سؤال واحد اخير قبل ما نقول لك
قد
ميرسي
ما بدك.
كثير وكل شيء.
لا
بس اذا بدي ارجع احضر الفيديو هلا، لانه انا هلا يعني ضعت شوي، بس لما برجع بحضرك ممكن ارجع اتذكره.
اكزاكت. انا بدي هيك، انا ححط الفيديو اليوم بالليل، يعني بعد شي ساعه هلا حاعمل له ابلود دغري. بس عبال ما يعمل كونفرت لانه 3 اورز. واحضره، وتومورو انت تراي تو براكتس تومورو.
بس وين بحضره؟ كيف بدي على الكلاس روم؟
حيكون على الكلاس روم. بس لا لك شغله حفرجيك على كلاس روم. اوكي there is على الفيديوز سكشن فيديوز. لاحظ هون السيشن 1 كان في فول فيديو موجود دغري. السيشن 2 قسمتهم 2. اليوم I kept it also one video سوري يعني بل. So حيكون في سيشن 3 one video complete video تحضره، بتفوت تكبس هيك and you click automatically it will start. اوكي
طيب.
فجايز يعني whoever thinks يعني صار already time late، نحن we didn't stop. We will not finish until we see you all doing this dashboard فيها 3 pages published to Power BI. So don't worry. Tomorrow anybody who has any question, نحن this is our challenge.
أنا جيت.
Hey, hi Sinan.
Yeah.
سينار
محمد بس
كله
بدي اقول لك انا بدي اقول لك ميرسي كثير على
ولو
وقتك وعلى
مشان
طريقتك بالشرح وعلى
مشان
يعني جهدك.
مشان
ونحن رح
اسألني
نحاول كمان
ايه
نظبطها قد ما فينا
ميشيل
ونستي ان كونتاكت ان شاء الله.
تأكد معي بس ميشيل انا ضروري بدي اياك انا اوصل انا وياك لنعم تعمل داشبورد. This is my challenge لإلي انه كل واحد
Yeah.
فيكم. سو ميشيل دونت يعني اذا بدك ما تخجل او ما تعتل هم تسالنا اي سؤال لا توصل لتعمل هيدي الداشبورد فيها 3 بيج properly done.
Okay.
So any question tomorrow anytime just let us know. انا usually Friday ما باخد meetings ما بعمل training so بستعمله to answer all my trainees. اذا كمان بكره ما
Okay.
خلصتوا you have Saturday Sunday Monday next week كلها نحن we are ready to support you anytime. اوكي
بس في حدا من الشباب بعت لك الاكسرسايز خالص هلا؟ ممكن
لا هلا
رودي ما
لا
بعرف
بعد ما حدا خلص
خلصوا.
بعد ما حدا خلص
مش أنا.
بعد ما حدا
لا مش
خلص
هالقد خواجه مشان.
لا بس لانه رودي انا فكرته خلص انه بنساله يعني اذا علقت معنا قبل ما نخلص.
لا don't worry
هلا I'm ready بس في اشي عم كسر راسي فيها يعني.